Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope my audio is still here. I think we're good. Ooh, yes, sir. All right. Fear is what if. Faith is even if. Fear is constantly worrying about what if. Faith is considering the what if, considering the horrid outcomes, considering the fact that things may or may not go right or wrong in your favor or not in your favor, but even if, whatever the outcome is, let it be so, because why? Whatever decisions you make in life, folks, whatever decisions you might want to pursue, whatever lifestyle, whatever goals you have, if you have the right intentions, God will take care of you. He'll make sure that you're protected. He'll make sure on the other side of it, there could possibly be a reward for you. Even if, not living in fear of what if, but living in faith of even if. Kingdom Fit Productions, Mike the Fit Prince. This is another edition of Kingdom Fit Productions. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. What I'm going to do is share my screen and we're going to read a little story here. Not the whole thing, but I want to point something out to back up this title that I have concerning faith over fear. Fear is what if. Faith is even if. You know what I mean? Let's do what we got to do here, man. Because we need some clarity. We need some clarity on this, man. I'm telling you. So, what I want to do is read Daniel, the 3rd chapter, and we're not going to go through the first part of this because we know if anybody in here is a Bible scholar, Bible theologian, and knowledgeable on what the scriptures actually have to say. We know that Daniel, the 3rd chapter, is talking about the king's golden image and how he had made a decree to gather all the princes, the governors, the captains, judges, treasurers, counselors, sheriffs, provinces, rulers of the provinces, to come to a dedication of the king's image that he had set up. You see what I'm saying? And those who came, right? At least the herald came and cried out and saying, "Oh, you people, you nations, you languages." See what I'm saying? All you guys. At the time you hear all this music, you are to now come over here and fall down and worship, bow down and serve the God, the image that Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, has set up in this province, in this world. Right? So now here we have 3 Hebrew men who were set up in the province of Babylon to have a set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they were Jews who served not the gods of the other nations, but served the one true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, their forefathers. Now, so Daniel 3 and 8, wherefore at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. You've made a decree that every man that hears the music and everything like that, all those instruments, shall fall down and worship the golden image. Whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, it says, whoso falleth not down and whoso not worshipeth, that same hour they should be cast into into the midst of a burning, fiery furnace. Very catastrophic. Nobody surviving that, pretty much. You know what I mean? Just because you choose not to fall down and worship. You see what I'm saying? There are certain Jews whom you have set over the affairs of Babylon, the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these men, O king, have not regarded you. They serve not your gods, nor worship the golden image which you have set up. So, hey, Nebuchadnezzar is enraged. He's furious and commanded to bring these three men, and they were brought before the king, right? Now, he's questioning them. Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you serve not my gods, nor worship the golden image to which I have set up? Are you not doing this for me? You know, I've set you up in my province. I've given you this. I've given you that. You're over my affairs. I set you in a high place. And is it a light thing now that you're just not going to do what I'm telling you to do and serve my gods? You know what I mean? And here we go here. If you be ready at that, now, if you be ready at the time of the year that you hear all these instruments, the flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the image, it's going to go well with you. See, yeah, it's going to go well. I'm telling you right now, it's going to go well. Great things are going to happen for you if you fall down and worship this image. You see what I'm saying? If you fall down and serve my God. But if you worship not, you shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Who is this God that is going to deliver you out of my hands? Who is this that's going to deliver you out of my hands, man? What God? You better use your brains here. You better use your brains, gentlemen, right? You want things to go well with you? You want to see your family? You don't want your family to be sad that you're gone, right? Because, seems like Nebuchadnezzar has no mercy. It doesn't matter. Hey, don't matter if you have a family. Don't matter if you have children. Don't matter if you have any affairs going on outside of the current province job that they had. Listen, man, it's all going to be over if you don't fall down and worship this image, right? That God, but listen, man, the God that y'all serve, I have no clue how he's going to deliver you out of my hands. How is he going to do it, right? So these three men answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer you in this matter. We're not gonna hold our tongue. We're not going to sit here and dance around our words. We're going to tell you straight out, this is not what this is what's gonna happen here. Right? We're telling you straight out. Doesn't matter about the province you put us in. If it be so, our God, the God we serve, right, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. It says God is able, right? They said our God, and the God that we claim to serve today is us Christians, those Bible believers out there. We claim to serve this same God that delivered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. If we believe this story is true, he delivered three men out of the midst of a burning fiery furnace. You see what I'm saying? And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. He will do it. They were bold enough to say he will do this. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what kind of guilt trips, shaming tactics, no matter what kind of persuasion you could bring to us about some negative and some experience that somebody might have had that they didn't worship. I don't care who else got thrown in there, didn't make it out alive. I know my God can bring me out of this situation, this horrible situation, right? If it were so to be. But here's verse 18. But if not, if he doesn't save us, if he lets us burn alive in there, if we die in that furnace, be it known unto you, O king, be it known unto you, right? You unbeliever, you of little faith, we will not serve your gods. We will not worship the golden image which you have set up. We're not worshiping it. We're not dealing with that. This is not what we do. We hold our integrity, and we're not gonna let the negative, horrid outcome of us not serving your gods to affect our decision in serving our gods. We will not fall into idolatry. We will not fall into sin, and we will not withhold ourselves from the goodness that God has outside of this realm. Because they knew and understood something that was far beyond the present life that they had right then and there. You see what I'm saying? They had good intentions. They were not going to let God down. Right? So So what's one thing that we can grasp from this? Faith is even if let me get this screen here, right? Stop sharing this bullshit. Nah, it's not bullshit. I'm just messing. So even if you go into a situation, you have a certain thing you want to do, a certain goal you want to pursue, right? You have certain things that you want to accomplish. People are sitting here telling you about all these different negative scenarios. This is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Uh, all the different horror stories, all the different documentaries, all the negative tension that's built up trying to persuade you away from the true calling, the true ministry that you might be going into, the uh the path that you've seen to be fit to glorify God. Oh, well, people are gonna tell you, hey, this is gonna happen to you, that's gonna happen to you, you're gonna be cast here. This is you're not gonna make it out here. You're not going to it's just not going to work. It hasn't worked for this person. Look at this person. They turned out this way. Look at that person. They turned out that way. You know what I mean? But all this is negative. The king brought only negative from this because, like, hey, it was all or nothing. Like, hey, listen, fam, this is gonna happen to you, right? This is gonna happen. We ain't tolerating you not serving our gods. You know what I mean? What I'm here to show you is that you having a mind toward the Most High God, especially as a Christian, as a Bible believer, whatever you want to call yourself, Torah keeper, doesn't I mean whatever. You have a duty to serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All of us do, but not everybody's going. But not everybody who does certain things, who does maybe you say like whatever situation, whatever scenario, whatever path you're trying to go down, right? Whatever decision you're trying to make, right? Don't get clouded by all these negative outcomes of other people who may not have served the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, may not have the protection of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I mean? But if you are convicted in your heart that you know what is good for you, what is good for another person, you need to make sure that you're grounded and rooted despite the negative, despite what other people might have gone through, despite how dangerous a situation might be in. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to go through, right? For glorifying God. You see? You cannot let people persuade you with the fear of death, the fear of being in danger, the fear, right, of what if something negative, something bad happening to you. All these things block us from true blessings. All these things block us from our true potential, and we cannot live in fear. We can't live in the fear of what if. We cannot live in the fear of if this goes wrong. What if it goes right? What about if it goes right? The life we can live, the blessings that come from making a decision that, shoot, yeah, it was risky. Yeah, it may seem stupid in your eyes, but at the same time, you now have reaped the benefits. The benefits have now come, despite the naysayers, despite people who said it wouldn't happen, it couldn't work. This is gonna happen to you. It's always bad and always negative, right? But see, and if you keep taking advice from people like this, people who are always thinking on the negative, who are never going to give you any practical advice, who are never going to give you anything, anything good to look forward to, then it's like, well, I don't know if it's good enough to take advice from those people, right? Because we got to understand the fruits of the spirit. The fruits of the spirit is not, negativity is nowhere in there. It's peace, joy, peace and joy. There's no peace in following after fear and being in subjection to fear. Fear is what if, always dwelling on what if, always dwelling on the negative. The negative always has a greater impact on us than the positive, because the negative, I don't even know what it is. I'm not a psychologist, so I can't really explain that. What I can say though is that the positives are very hard to come around to. When there's one thing negative, it's just like, oh my God, it just throws everything off. You know what I mean? Just throws off your whole plans, and now you end up not doing what what you need to do. God could, people like to say God is leading me here, leading me there. Well, if you're being led by your emotions, if you're being led by what's gonna go wrong for you, right? Then you're gonna go off the path of God. What if Christ sat there in his prayer and said, God, it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter the greater salvation for the whole world, the opportunity for the whole world to come and serve me and serve you in spirit and truth and in all righteousness and peace. You know what I mean? It all that it just doesn't matter, man. I cannot go through the cross. I can't go through all these people talking bad about me. I'm just trying to let me just bring these angels down and kill them all. Let me just do what I need to do. Because what if this doesn't work out? What if God, you're not with me? Why just he cried out and said, God, my God, why has thou forsaken me? Right? God has never forsaken him. You know what I mean? And his flesh, it's like, oh my God, it's just it's agony. It's oh my like who could go through that? You know what I mean? But that's what he had to do, despite what other people may not have wanted him to go through. The apostles, Peter said, "Man, be it far from thee, Lord." No, like what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? What are you talking about? You're not dying. Where you going? Where you think you're going? Nah, you staying here. You see? Christ had to say, "Get thee behind me, Satan," because you savor not the things of the mission of God. You savor not the things of God, but the things that be of men, the things that be of this world. The things of this world, everybody worried about all these different negative things and negative outcomes. You're looking on the surface. You're looking on the surface level, but you're not looking at the higher things, the greater good that's going to come from me suffering. Your salvation, it can come. If Christ said, "Oh, well, what if this and what if that?" If he lived in fear of that, yeah, he may have been afraid. Yeah, he might have been like, man, he didn't want to do X, Y, and Z. He didn't want all that stuff to happen to him. But he let it happen because why? There was a greater purpose. There was a greater understanding of what needed to be done. Not just for him, but for you, for all of us. You see? Stop living in fear of what if and live in the fear of even if I go through this, I know what's going to be on the other side. I know it's going to be good for humanity. I know it's going to be good in the long run. And I'm going to glorify God despite the what ifs. Thank you for watching Kingdom Fit Productions. Mike the Fit Prince, your host. Like the video, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so that you're notified when I'm dropping new content. Share it with your friends, family, whoever, if you want to. I don't care. Hey, listen, do what you got to do. I'm just here for y'all. I'm here to get this information out as I am led by the Spirit. So, thank you for watching, guys. Fear is what if. Faith is even if.